welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I dye and tint my eyebrows. As you can see, or not really see, my eyebrows are very faint. The hairs are basically blonde. I don't really understand. But ever since I was young, my eyebrows have always been super light, super fair. In any pictures, I just look like an alien. It's the most scary thing ever. So about a few months ago, I started dyeing my own eyebrows and have loved it ever since. My thing is, I have a tendency to run errands some days, or like today, I'm working from home, so I have no makeup on, but it's like I like to look put together with eyebrows. So I'm going to show you guys what I use, how I do it, and what the end result looks like. So let's go ahead and get on into the video. So what you guys need is obviously an eyebrow tint or dye kit. You can really use any brand, I guess, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I use the Ardell brow tint, and you can find this at Target, actually. I have the color dark brown just to match the color of my hair. Supposedly this has 12 applications in it. It lasts 2 weeks, the dye. Safe and easy to use, which I can definitely attest to all of these. So you definitely need an eyebrow kit to start out with. I love the Ardell one because it comes with pretty much everything that you need. So first of all, you have the developer, just in this little bottle, if you guys can see that. Then you guys will get your little tint powder, which is pretty much just like the dye stuff. Then in this little bag, you do get a little like cup tray looking thing. You get a little eyebrow spoolie, and you get a spatula. So both these items I do use on my eyebrows. And then you do get your instructions, which I'm in your instruction manual today. And some other things you want to have on the side ready to go are some cotton rounds or paper towel, honestly, whichever you want. And I sometimes will use toner, just whatever I have on hand. I have this Mario Badescu one. I'll squirt some on and clean the surface, and then when I go to wipe the dye off, I'll usually go in with a dry one and just like wipe it off. So yeah, you definitely want to start on a clean face. So for me this morning, all I have on is concealer and mascara. You don't want to wear any other makeup, and you don't want to mix this with any other skincare because it will turn orange. I have seen it turn orange because it's mixed with some other, I don't know, serum or face moisturizer that I've had on right before I dyed my eyebrows, and it has turned orange. So definitely don't do that. So clean your eyebrows before you do it. Lastly, you also want to have a mirror nearby. I use one that is magnifying on one side so you can really see kind of like the hair follicles and make sure you're not going outside lines. If you're new to this, you could use Vaseline or lotion or something on the outside of your eyebrows, so if you get any dye, it'll just wipe right off. Otherwise, if you just use a very magnifying mirror, you should be able to see the dye going outside of the hairline. You want to stay as much in the hairline as possible because the dye will stay on for a good like day or two, so try your best to stay in line there. All right, so what I'm going to start out with first is cleaning off my eyebrows. So I'll go in with a cotton round and some toner. Just wet that down. I'll just go ahead and wipe back and forth on my eyebrows. You just want to make sure you get all even like in the hair follicles and everything. Clean off the area. And you don't have to clean your whole face. I mean, you're just working around your eyebrows. So really just anything on your eyes or right on your forehead is where you really want to clean it off. Guys, look at that. See? Even though I have like no makeup on, oh, girl, always clean your eyebrows. Always clean your eyebrows. Perfect. So when I tell you guys the process of how I dye my eyebrows, this is specifically for the Ardell brow tint. So any other brand that you get, please follow their instructions because they will be different. There's another brand that I know is very popular. that says to leave the dye on your eyebrows for like 3 to 6 minutes. This brand though says leave it on for 10 minutes. So definitely pay attention to your instructions because we don't want to have a disaster here. I'm gonna grab the little cup looking thing, shake up the developer, make sure nothing's settled in here. My directions say to take the developer and really just put 1 pea-sized amount in the little cup here. Whoa. So it's usually about like 1 big drop or 2 drops. This is going to be really hard for you guys to see without me spilling it, but it is just like a very small pea-size amount. I mean, it's your eyebrows. You don't need a lot of product here. Then for the powder, it does say to put in about 3 to 4 shakes of it. So I'll go ahead and do that. It's like chemistry class over here. So you'll see this stuff looks kind of like yellowish brownish, but it will change colors once you kind of get it working. So I am taking the spatula and kind of getting it all stirred up. And you'll kind of notice in your consistency here, you might need to add some more powder, some less powder. It just depends. You don't want it to be super, super liquidy where if you put it on your face, it'll start dripping down. But you do want it to be slightly thicker so at least it can sit on top of your eyebrows and the dye will be able to stay in place. And get that all stirred up with my little spatula. Perfect. So now I have my mixture all kind of combined. What I usually do is I'll dip this in here and then I kind of just outline my eyebrows. So I'm going to do that really quick. You don't want to put a lot on your spatula because that's what's eventually going to make you kind of go outside your hairline here. So I recommend starting with a little bit and then putting more and more on because you can obviously add more, but it's hard to take away. I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to kind of just wiggle in through all the hair follicles to make sure the dye is kind of wrapping around each eyebrow hair. So I don't have this kind of weird dye whenever I go to adjust my hairs. So I'll kind of almost like kind of back brush them and then kind of smooth them out again. All right. So I have all the dye on my eyebrows now, so pretty much just waiting time. So I'll catch you guys back here in 10 minutes. All right, guys, I'm back. And so it's been 10 minutes. I actually just went a little over. Just so you know, if you go over the time that's recommended on the instructions, it'll just be a little bit darker. If you go less, it'll be lighter. Sometimes I go a few minutes over just because, girl, these eyebrows are bare, so they need some help. Time's up, ready to take off the dye. I have 2 cotton rounds again, 2 fresh cotton rounds. Don't use the same ones as before. This one is wet with water, and I have a dry one, so I can dry it off. So the water one, we'll go ahead and take off the dye that's currently on my eyebrows. And it's gonna look scary, but trust me, it's okay. And again, this is just water. You really don't want to use any toner for this right now, just because if you do, it might actually strip away some of the dye. So you really just want to use water, which is very gentle. And then use your other clean one to kind of get the rest of this off. And bam! Guys, Do you remember the beginning of this video when I didn't have eyebrows or eyebrows that even matched my hair? If you are doing this for the first time and you're really scared by the result that you got, trust me, it will fade away. Some of my tips for getting either the eyebrow dye off or off of your skin, the ordinary glycolic acid, that shit takes it off. I mean, girl, I have like used it before and I've like literally like wiped off a whole eyebrow using that stuff. So if you're like really scared, you're super shocked, use that stuff or use any other toner and that should help. If anything, like I said, if you're using an exfoliator or when you're washing your face and you're going in real hard around your eyebrows, the dye will fade faster. So this isn't permanent by any means. It will go away, it will fade. Even the dye, like my eyebrows look super dark and a lot of it is also because the dye is on my skin. So you also have that which will wipe away eventually. So here's the result. Wow! I finally have my eyebrows back, ready to hit the town. Actually, no, I gotta do some more work. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I have all the links down below for the products if you're interested in the video or what I used today. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!